this. Sorry, I'm just getting stuff situated. Obviously, the anything but 12 or anything but 2 is really good. All right. And from what I understand, I got a couple people already responding to me saying that there is casinos that allow it. All right. So now comes, do those casinos only have $2,500 limits? Do those casinos only have $500 limits? All that would matter, right? Now on the lay bet, you're still going to be able to go 6 times whatever that top limit is, or whatever the case may be. So like, for example, if it's in Kansas, Kansas has $500 limits at Kansas Star, or did last time I was there. All right, so that means that you're going to be allowed to win $500. So the $3,000 to bark on the lay. But just so that's the next kind of thing to consider on that. I don't know, obviously, myself, what I'm going to run into on that. But so far, I got some people saying that definitely one in St. Louis does. So that's going to be the first one I'm going to be interested in looking at. Again, if skill and luck is on here, sorry about not calling you earlier. The doctor appointment ran much longer. And I basically just got home now. So here we go. I want to run some of this anything but 12 because there is some things I think we need to. So I'm going to do $3,000. There's some things. So it ends up being a $4,000 bankroll. You could probably do it with $4,500, I guess, or $3,500. But it does seem like that this works better. Okay, so what we got right there is 320, 335, 410. So basically, if we were doing a $500 bank or $4,000 bankroll, we would have $590 left over. $590 still in the rack. I don't know how much this matters because you honestly should never get to it. But one of the things I do like is I do like the kissing sixes. Reason being, to me, it just makes sense that if you have them on the inside of the dice, if you can even keep them reasonably controlled when they hit, you shouldn't get that sixes to pop up much. Well, I have a $4,000 bankroll. My buddy Larry does. And there's a 7 on the come out. But honestly, guys, with this, you shouldn't be worried if you can play this, because you shouldn't hit the numbers. I mean, this isn't like the 10. This isn't like the 10 at all, where the 10 is risky. This is one combination of dice that you're trying to avoid. Oh, second roll. Oh, hey, I couldn't have planned that better. Okay, so we just lost $3,000. Well, $3,015. Okay, so now what would you do? This is what I was hoping would happen, not on the second roll, but I was hoping it happened as we went on. All right, what would you do now? That's what I'm curious about. Is what would you do at this point? Do you go and get $3,000 more? Or, you have a bigger bankroll? Because now this is, and don't get me wrong, this is the same thing with the 10. But the one difference with the 10 is $1,000 and $3,000 is very different. So I was curious how this would go. All right. I'm glad it happened. I'm not so glad it happened on the second roll, though. All right. So we just got a $3,000 marker. So right now we're about to sell our kidney. Yeah, let's put that up there somewhere. All right, let's see if we can earn that back. There's the 8. $70 winner. Yeah, let's see if we can even earn the 3,000 back. Let's see if that's even going to be a possibility here. 7. Okay. I do it this way because I know that this is 475, and then I just have to replace these caps. Yeah, so we don't have a point right now. And there's a 4. I keep forgetting that the point can be 2, 3, and 11 as well. I keep forgetting that. I was pointed out earlier. I'm going to win 100. So between the last time I shot, which would have been the video I recorded last night on this, and the this one, that's how long it's been since I rolled the 12. So that was the first 12 in a lot of rolls. So I guess it's probably on par for where it's supposed to be. But I'm just curious to see if it can come back from it. Like I said, I'm glad it happened. I'm not so glad it happened on the second roll. Drop $2 for 100. You could press this, but then you're putting yourself in jeopardy of the 7 as well. There's a 3. And being on the backside. My wife did good at Oaklawn. It would have to be on a crapsless craps table, and then you'd have to find a casino that allows it. There's a few guys that are already saying that they know of some casinos that allow it. All right, so if it is possible, it's actually really great. I mean, I know I just rolled a 12-second roll, but I'll be honest, I'll be highly surprised if I roll another 12 in the whole video. And there's aces. It's going to win 150 on the aces. Here we go. So let's see if it can get that $3,000 back. And there's a 7 out. Okay, so this will win. This is 1 to 6. It'll win 400 or 500 minus 25 for big. So there's 375 out there when you take the caps down. So that's 475. And then you just put your caps back on out of your roll. And there you go. All right. So we're trying to get the 3K back that we lost without rolling another 12. All right, we're going to get $100 for 2 on that hard 10. So we rolled a 12 on the second roll of this video. Lost 3,000. Is it going to get it back before it rolls another one? And there's back-to-back hard 10s. Okay. It's going to win there. I'm going to drop $2 for 100. I believe it will, but it could fail. I didn't think I'd roll a 12 on the second roll, that's for sure. All right, so we're going to win on this time. We're going to lose these caps, and we're going to win 100. It's going to be 475. See, 100, 200, 300, 75, 475 is what that is. Plus our little 15 for the line. And obviously you might be at a $25 table or whatever. That really doesn't make any difference. Here we go. 8th. $70 winner. So how many rolls are we going to go before another 12? Are we going to beat the average? Because I'm not even really sure what it takes. So if you hit some points, now it doesn't matter if you hit the point or not. You always make money. What did you say about heavy? No. Yeah, nothing matters except for the 12. Really, everything else makes money. No, everything else is profitable. So the only one that matters is the 12. 7s, none of that matters. Awesome. And there's a 5, 3, 2, 5. You guys really can't see that. $70 winner. All right, so I'm going to trade these 2 stacks of green in for 2 blue chips because that's $500 in green. If it's a crapsless table, there's these guys that saying they'll allow it on a crapsless table. I don't know for sure, but Bogies says it does. And Bogies isn't going to lie. Bogies has no reason to lie, so he says that he knows that one in St. Louis does. But if you could do this, even though I just rolled a 12 on the first or second roll, it's still, if you had $10,000, you'd probably need $10,000 just in case something like this happened. I'm not saying you would either, Stephen, but what you're not 100% sure. You said you're going to check, so that's a little different. Bogies was 100% sure. And there's a 7. If you want to know, see, because 100, 200, 300, 475, that's what that's going to win. So then we're just going to replace our caps. Because I know I'm going to get questions about that. Why I'm not taking down the place bets when I 7 out. All right. Hard 6. So we're trying to get back the $3,000 we lost. I don't know how close we are. We're probably about halfway there. There's the 8. We started with 4,000. Had to get another 3,000 from George. We had to borrow it from him. I'm gonna trade these 2 stacks of red in for 2 black chips. Every now and then you got to borrow money from George. There's a 4. $2 for 100. There's a 10. I'm going to drop $2. Well, 5 and get 3 back for 100. There's an 8. We're getting that 6 way too much. It's freaking me out a little bit. Here we go. There's the 5. There's the 6. We made the point. Trade this in for blue. Here we go, coming out. Five's the new point. $70 winner. Here we go. Hard 8. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat as much as I can. I didn't know DG got shut down on Reddit. Why would he get shut down on Reddit? I don't really know anything about Reddit. There's the point. $70. Yeah, I don't really, isn't Reddit just kind of like a forum where you post stuff? There's a 549. My dog is getting crazy. Here we go. 549 right back. Hello, Larry. All right, I'm going to trade these 2 stacks of red in for $200 chips. We're getting pretty close to having all of our money back from our loss on the, that was the point made. Our loss on the second roll. Woo, that got goofy on me. We don't want to do that. $70. There's the 5. Yeah, I mean, but why would it get shut down on Reddit? I'm just curious. The only things I know that get shut down on Reddit are like stuff about the riots, and it's that kind of stuff that gets shut down. The chips in the field. This is like a crapsless table. I'm playing it like it's a crapsless table. So those are place bets on the 2, 3, 11, and that's a lay bet on the 12. $2 is going to win us 100 on that 4. So again, we're getting close here. In fact, I'm pretty sure we're already there. There's the 8. We made that point. It's going to win 70. So I'm laying 3,000, and on the crapsless table, that's 1 to 6 or 6 to 1. So essentially it wins 500 minus 25 for vig. And then I have 410 out there in bets. So as long as I don't roll a 12, I'm a winner. Right, there's a come out 7. Lose the caps. Win 100. Put the caps back. Okay, I'm going to trade this stack of green in for a blue. And then I'm going to get 10 black chips out for 2 more blues. Okay, this is our 3,000 we lost on the second roll. I'm going to pay off our marker. All right, so now essentially we're probably back to even. Yeah, I rolled a 12 on the second roll. Yeah, I mean, you could do that. It's a lot of pulling back and forth, back and forth. I wouldn't do this on anybody but myself. I would only roll it on myself. That way I know what I'm trying to do. I would never do this on anyone else. Unless we came to the casino together and we were both doing that. We were both trying not to roll 12s. That was a come out 7. So essentially now we're making profit again. And there's another come out 7. Hey, Skill, I mentioned earlier, I basically just got home. Yeah, I got to go to St. Louis. $70. Point is 9. All right, so I mean, I just when I started this, got home, so I will give you a call, but I wanted to get this out there. All right. So after losing 3,000, we came all the way back, and now it appears like we're up about 500. So this is just how difficult, because I'm probably not controlling much of anything, but I'm not rolling any more 12s. So we get 3 change here, and then $100 for that 10. I'm not rolling any more 12s. I mean, yeah, you probably could just lay the 12 and win the 475 every time you roll a 7. I bet it comes really close to the same, unless you went on a run of 7s, obviously, or if you were really good at rolling 7s. I heard he was losing from him personally. But I mean, you know, I don't know if I paid that 5. I'm not going to worry about it. Here we go. All right, we're going to drop $2 for 100 on that 10. So, guys, we're way up again. Just repeating the process of just basically laying the 12. I dropped $2 for 100 on that hard 4. With this kind of stuff, there's no reason to have to worry about pressing either, because you're not playing against the 7. So this, if you can play this, you're literally playing against one number. You're playing against one combination of dice, and basically win at least $70 per roll. Per roll of the dice, as long as it's not a 12, you're going to win at least $70 on average. Just going to keep rolling $70 winners. Now, obviously, if you roll a 12, it's going to suck. Replace all that. But so we're up a good $500, maybe even $1,000 now. I'm not sure exactly what. And there's 8. That's a new point. So again, guys, I'm just showing this over and over because if you're able to do this, you should be doing this, even if you have to do it at the much smaller level, because you're literally playing against one combination of dice. I mean, it only makes sense to do this. There's a 7, so it's going to win that 100, and we're going to replace these. Oh, we need $5. Hey, that sounds good. But so, I mean, this is, I don't know how else to explain just how good this is. It just doesn't make sense to do anything else. Like I said in the earlier video, the only thing that makes more sense than this is to play the 1 seeds on the money line in the March Madness, because they've lost one time ever. One single time ever. There's a 9, $70. So one single time ever, the 1 seeds have ever lost. So this is kind of like this. And there's a 7 out. So I'm just going to count it up here, guys. See where we're at. We can get our 100 back. So we started with 4,000. All right. I know this is 3,000. $4,000. So there's our bankroll. Now remember, this is after being down. This is after being down 3,000. All right, so there's 1,000 right there. So you're up. $1,385 after having hit a 12. So Would that have taken you a long time at the casino to wait out your turns? Yeah. So if you didn't have your own table, or if you didn't have a group of guys all doing the same thing and letting just one or two people shoot the dice, that could have been tricky. It might have taken a couple days to get all that back. But again, if you could roll against this random, you just have to be really conservative with it. So like if you were willing to play all the random shooters, you'd have to do like 3 hits and down. Yeah, I watched Casino Quest. Not all of their stuff, but I do watch some of it. But so you could do it random. So I'm just going to roll them random, and I'm going to see how many rolls before we roll a 12. Just because I'm kind of serious. The 30 roll challenge, but I think you got to go out there to do it, right? So there's one roll. I'm not going to mark what they are. I'm just going to throw a chip out there, just as random rolls. That's 3 sevens in a row. Just because I think just from a random standpoint, if you stuck to like 3 hits and down, I think you could pretty well do it on everybody as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. I rolled a 12 on my second roll, so it can happen, obviously. But I just have my doubts that it's going to happen very often. I think you're going to win so many more thousands of dollars than you lose. There's an 11. So right here, this has already been that many rolls. There's a 10. And these rolls are all over the place, so they're pretty random. Okay, so there's a 12. All right, so. All right, so it took 13 rolls before a 12. All right, so now I'm going to keep rolling, and I want to see if it goes, well, with 36 minus 13. If it goes 24 more rolls, then essentially you are probably okay. If it goes 24 more rolls, let's see if it does. See how much different the controlling was to the random. I mean, if you're going to play on everybody, you definitely want to keep it to a pretty low hit total. That way you're just going to win money instead of lose every now and then. So we're looking for 24 rolls, because then we would have been beating the average. And if you're beating the average, you're probably winning. So I'm just kind of curious if it'll make it. There's a 9. And I don't know if it will or not, because I would never roll it random, but you could probably, because it's only one combination. Okay, so let's see how many this is. So we're at 17. Let's not use that one. Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you were that patient to do one hit, win $70 a pop, wait 6 or something shooters. Yeah, I mean, there's an 8. So I need to get 4 more rolls in before a 12. Let's see if it happens. If it does, we're beating the average. And guys, the 12 standard deviation is a ton. So what I mean by that is, it'll be relatively soon. There's an 11. All right, so we definitely beat it. We're ahead of it now. But okay, so like, yeah, of course it did. I hate that thing. Yeah, see, that's another thing is I don't know about the maxes. See, the max limits may nullify this. If the max limits are really low on it, then you're going to be stuck playing it really low. But you could still play it. You're just not going to win as much as quickly. It'll just take longer. All right, so we had 112 in total rolls now. 25, 30. In 42 total rolls, we had 112. So you definitely would be making money there. Yeah, the only things I've found that work on Wizard of Odds. Yeah, it's only a $500 bet, right? The only thing I found that work on the Wizard of Odds generator is if you play like 3-point Molly. And the reason is because he's a big house edge promoter. And so I fully believe myself that it's rigged. It's rigged to lend to trying to get people to like them kind of strategies. I'm just curious. I'm going to, unless this just goes on forever, I'm going to roll until I see another 12. And remember, this was all as random as can be. I'm just chunking them against that wall. So this is what you'd be looking at the casino, something like this, where you're going to see 112 in a session, a couple hundred rolls maybe. And it's because of the standard deviation. I know it's 1 out of 36 is the natural average, but because that standard deviation is 36 both ways, and that's kind of how that works, that's crazy. It's a lot. So like it's not unusual. What that means is it's not unusual to only see 12 every 72 rolls. Is not unusual. This is a lot of rolls with 112. So yeah, it seems to me like having 2 runs at the $3,000 is the way to go. Obviously that's not for everybody, but you can scale it. You can scale it down to where you need it to be. And just have 2 runs at the lay. Yeah, absolutely. Still ain't rolled one. Are you okay, babe?
Are you live?
Am I alive?
No, are you live?
Yeah. There's a 5. I'm rolling until I get a 12.
That can take you a while.
That's funny.
Maybe you should let me do it.
Yeah, you can hop in here. This is just like randoms. So earlier, my wife, she finds out about the grandma that rolled 160 rolls or whatever. And she tells me, she's like, now I have a goal. Everyone is saying hello, Miss Wager.
Sup?
All right, so we're getting a lot of rolls in, guys. Think about this now. Think about those in $70 increments. Remember, those would be $70 a piece. Those are stacks of 5. Think about that. All right, there's a 4. A 5. Remember, the 7 doesn't bother you, besides it takes the dice. Larry said, put your money on the 5 now. She did. She hit a ton of 5s the other day. That was a 6. There's an 8. So think about that, guys. Just think about how many rolls this has been. I mean, this is getting out there. That's a long rollout 6. Obviously, it's not a 12 if we have a 1. There's a 10. And there's a 5. All right, so let's just look at what we're at right now. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 stacks of 5 with one $3,000 loss. Okay. There's a hard 4. I'm going to start stacking them over here now, guys. There's an 11. There's a 7. The only problem with the other hard ways is you can't bet them in this fashion. Yeah, but you can't bet them in this fashion. But yeah, they're all the same. There's only one way to roll 12. I get that there's only one way to roll hard 6 too, but like, for example, to bet the hard ways like this, there's an 8. I have a feeling if you got enough people doing this, they're probably going to shut it down, or they're going to make the limit so low that you can't really do it. And that's the route they would take. They probably wouldn't stop you from it, but they would lower the limit where it would make it no fun. Because as far as I know, I haven't seen anyone... No, I haven't tried it at all. These first couple times are the first times I've tried it. They said you guys are seeing the very beginning of it. Dang it. Thought that was a 10, not an 8. We're hoping to get a 12 here sometime. It's getting really outrageous, really.
Look, if I can't roll it, no one can.
On the 7. So, I mean, it's getting out there. This is a lot of rolls between 12s. But that's how unusual it is. Yeah, they're definitely not going to advertise it. I mean, because even just laying the 12 against the 7, what's odd is we've seen aces a couple times. That's what's really weird to me. There's a 10. There's so it's just still going. Oh, I thought we were gonna get there, but we didn't. We got a 9. And a 6. And this would just be like a completely random rollers, which, I mean, most people are that anyway. There's a 5. An 8. Thanks a lot, Jacob. They said I just broke craps. Thanks a lot. 6.
I'm just practicing for my goal.
I am going to run out of chips. I mean, guys, think about how much money this would have been, $70 a pop. I mean, it's out there. You're talking about they're going to probably stop you at some point from doing this. There's the 7. Rando Commando. All right, there's another 7. There's the 5. There's the 7. So it's just it's insanity how much this goes. And how easy this would be. Oh, I thought we were going to get a 12 there, but we didn't. We got an 8. There's the 5. And guys, this isn't weird. This what's crazy about this. This isn't odd. This is going to be consistent. This is what it's going to be normally. Now, are you going to have more 12s than this sometimes? Yes, you are. And then a lot of the times it's just going to go like this. It's just going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling. Because it's just unlikely to roll it.
I've never rolled this many 7s.
Where when you roll hard 6s and hard 8s and stuff, guys, I think those are so much more likely because people are setting dice to those sets to roll those kind of numbers. No one sets dice to roll 12s. Who does that? I mean, I'm sure in the bigger gambling places they do. I've never seen it. Hard 4. Aces. So we've seen a ton of rolls of aces and no 12s. I mean, we would have already been drinking. We would have just been standing there getting hammered because the casino owed us a lot of money. And there's an 8. There's a 10. There's the hard 6. And a 7. Okay, we're going to go one more row. If we don't get it in this row, I'm just going to count it up. There's a 3. Because this is so many. I would have never made it this far. I would have been at home already. There's a 6. Oh, thought that was going to be it, but it wasn't. There's an 8. Ten, 5, 4 more rolls. 4 more rolls. Aces again. So I don't know how many sets of aces we had, but it's been a couple. 5. So in the other earlier video, I said move back and forth. I'm thinking about that now. I wouldn't, just because you're giving yourself chances, I guess. Okay, so we went that many with 112. All right, so let's say how many that is. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. 30 times 5, 180 rolls with 112. 180 rolls. So whatever 180 times 70 is, maybe. Whatever 180 times 70 is minus 3K is where you'd be at. And I'm just saying 70 because 70 is the average win on it. So that's, I mean, in this one instance, obviously, you could go another instance and it roll 2 12s. Or maybe 3 12s. Even if it rolled 3 12s, you'd still be up $3,600. So, in this same instance. So, what I'm saying is that, guys, you may be right. This may be a little bit one of those things that the casino makes an adjustment for if people start playing it. There's a few adjustments they could make to hinder it. Obviously, they could make you just couldn't lay that number. That'd be the biggest, easiest one. Or they could just make the limits to where you can't. It's not really worth it. You're not winning enough. So, but they definitely could do some things to hinder it. Anyways, guys, this was a good video. You guys have a good day. Got to do the baseball thing for the kid. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. This is Jacob from Wager Me This and Heather from Wager Me This. Rolling. She couldn't roll 12s either.